That was excellent.
I love the little. I love the. I love that image, like of everyone just staring at
the
Hannah.
Thumbnail cracked me up.
The microphone in front of
Shauna's mouth. Yeah, I was dying.
Yeah, that was my favorite thumbnail for sure. That last week's was fun too because I had the frog. I just had the frog there with the microphone in front of the frog.
You knock it out of the park every week.
Hey guys, hey Kaiwan and Joe
hey,
and LP Punk. What is up, everybody?
I know, I'm so jealous of Kelly's hat. I'm seriously regretting not owning an appropriate hat.
I literally just found this in the closet like 10 minutes ago. And it was a completely forgotten about hat. and I mean, you know, she is like my namesake now, kind of.
So. I love how split the fandom is over Hillary Swank's hat. They're like, you think we're stupid? You think we need a hat? And I'm like,
I was going to say, I don't think the fandom's split. I think the fandom's mostly united.
People are not pleased. A lot of people did not like the hat, and I thought it was really funny.
Yeah,
it made me laugh. Like I get it. I get why they did it, but yeah,
I see the humor in it. But it just it was just really corny.
How else would you have known it was Melissa? there's no other way.
Because like of the karate chopped pillows and the live, laugh, love decor, because Teen Wilderness screamed live, laugh, love. I mean, that's all she was doing out there when she was like slicing Ben's Achilles.
Yeah.
Living, laughing, and loving.
Living, laughing, loving. I thought the karate chop pillows were a callback to her time as the final Karate Kid before they rebooted the franchise.
Yeah, good call. I might forgive that then. Hey Eric, good to see you.
I love Hillary Swank. I'm so happy to see her on the team. She's an excellent actress.
Yeah, who would have thought that Melissa would end up playing such a big role?
I know.
And I mean, she is. It's. I mean, it seems like she's going to play a pretty big role going forward, and I'm hoping that maybe Akilah will join her in that. I don't know. I
think you're crazy, but
I'm holding
so.
For it.
I really hope Akilah makes it.
I've been like I don't know. I've been probably at a even level with my theories panning out, not panning out this season.
Yes. We both have a pretty good batting average. I feel like I'm pleased with how many things I got right.
Yeah. Mine have mine's just like pretty much evened out. It's they pretty much canceled each other out. Like I was a little shocked that my theory about them being rescued and then killing, like my theory from back when season 1 was still running, that there would be a rescue.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, it was going to be an actual rescue attempt. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they were going to just end up killing them all. And so there would have to be a second rescue. So I'm kind of shocked that kind of panned out, because that's not one that I really expected. I also really I wanted Ben to make it out of the wilderness.
I know.
Because, I wanted the mess. I wanted I had this idea of Ben out for vengeance.
I also love that you've always pitched that maybe someone gets left behind, and I would love for that to be Akila, and just see her make it on her own back to.
Ooh. Well, actually, I did say that.
Yeah. You said it about Ben too.
Like before season 2 even started, I said if anyone gets left behind, it better be Akila, because she's the only one that's going to survive out there.
Oh, Mariana, that's brutal.
Hey, F. Kara. Hey, Mariana. My favorite thing about Hilary Swank being on the show is now millions of people are watching $1 Million Baby and are instantly regretting it after watching Well Full of Tears, because it was so heartbreaking.
That movie's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for it's always for me, I like my association for her will forever be Boys Don't Cry. Like that's
what?
Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah, Boys Don't Cry is really sad movie.
Ooh, yeah. That one's hard to watch.
Yeah. I think that's not the first. I saw her in Karate Kid first, but that's like when I was first aware of her as an actress, was her performance as Brandon Tina.
Same.
That movie's incredible.
I think I saw that movie in the theaters like 3 times.
I had to drive to like Columbus, Ohio, because I lived in West Virginia at the time, and it did not come there.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw it in the town that I'm currently living in, which I'm from Chicago. I'm living in the suburbs now, but the town that I live in had this really just kind of famous, super old ass movie theater where they would show like independent and art films, and they would have an intermission halfway through the movie. They put out like lemonade and brownies and cookies and stuff.
Cool.
And like you could just put some money in there if you wanted to donate. They didn't even like make you pay for it or anything. I mean, everyone always donated, but
wow, I've never seen that.
It was so awesome. And they tore the theater down like right after we moved here. I was so mad because it was just falling apart and they couldn't keep up with it. Let's see.
I just noticed something. I rewatched the episode today to be fresh for tonight, because I hadn't watched it since I took notes on it.
Yeah.
And I did not notice the first or second time watching it that when Shauna is bringing up the groceries in the beginning, there's also hot chocolate. It's like frozen body parts and hot chocolate.
Wow.
Yeah, what is the symbolism of hot chocolate on this show? Like,
I don't know, man.
It keeps coming back up with like Jackie's dream when she was dying, and Ben gives Mari hot chocolate in the cave. It's just weird that it keeps coming up.
Because I don't know.
I only just noticed it this most recent time watching it, and this will be my fourth watch through.
That's really crazy. It's like I don't know. I took a picture and I meant to post it so our friends from Japan were in town, and they brought us like just a bunch of like random stuff from Japan and snacks and stuff, and they brought us some Pocky, and it was pink and green Pocky, and so I meant to take a picture of it. Well, I did take a picture of it, but I meant to post it, but changed the Pocky to make it say Jackie Jerky. Because it's pink and green.
Mel just let me
wanted-
know that there's a tornado warning and they're sheltering in place, so she might not make it.
Oh,
But
man.
just in case she doesn't make it, it's Mel's birthday. Happy birthday, Mel.
Yeah.
We love you. Be safe.
Yeah. Oh God, that sucks. We had another warning today too.
I don't
We've
like
been
that
having
at
a lot
all.
of tornado warnings.
That's
She's the Karate Kid of my generation. Yeah, I have worn that tape out more than the other movie. Yeah, just as Akila stay with me. But hey, Mkara. She says, "I wanted Ben to survive and do something amazing to get revenge on the girls." Like, okay, you guys know I'm not a Ben fan, but I still so wanted that. I just wanted mess. I just wanted the mess. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It
would have been interesting. I mean, I'm not unhappy with the way things went down. I never thought Ben was gonna make it. So
yeah.
I felt like the way he went out was pretty moving. It was like a great scene, but yeah.
Well, my preferred method was for him to make it out, for him to somehow find people and get rescued and tell them that everyone died, and then the women were gonna like hunt him down and get their revenge in the modern day timeline. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. I didn't want Ben to be alive without adult Nat. That would have been kind of interesting to see. Yeah.
Chili de con artist.
God, I can't even begin to get into Boys Don't Cry. It just shatters me. Yeah, same. I remember watching it and I didn't want to watch something that didn't have someone in the hospital and die. And when that happened, my mom was like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was going to be like that." Oh God. Oh no, that's awful. Hey, Fowl, good to see you. Did they bring any cherry blossom stuff? What is the reference I'm missing here?
Oh, it's Japan's the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Yeah, Japan. Sorry. I had to. You guys, we were watching my husband and I were just like, we took a couple of edibles last night and just watched some comedy specials, and It's Always Sunny. And one of the comedy specials that we were watching, he made a joke and I was like, it was an hour-long comedy special. And the guy made a joke and I was like, wait, what? That was 6 hours ago. I mean, because he made a joke and then he referenced it 40 minutes later. I'm like, that was 6 hours ago.
That was yesterday.
So I've already forgotten. I forgot way about Japan. I don't remember if there was any like Sakura stuff or anything. But there's a couple of really nice eye masks that I'm excited about because my eyes suck right now, obviously. Chili to con artist. I love it. Hey, thanks for joining us. I love the show and I love the shows that cover this show. Hi all. Thank you. Is it bad? I kind of wanted Shauna Crazy Booty to start chewing.
No,
it's not bad. I think we all wanted that.
The one thing in the adult timeline is lacking is cannibalism.
Yes.
Let's get that out there.
It absolutely is. We need more goddamn cannibalism.
That's what I signed up for.
I mean, in the adult timeline, please. We need more unhinged shit. As long, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me here, but as long as it's not Jeff, because I can't see him go out that way. That would be too.
You're going to hire Army Hammer next season. It'll be a whole thing.
Oh man. I thought it was Freaky Little Four-Eyed Mushroom. It is, but I changed it. I made it Freaky Little No-Eyed Mushroom for me because I'm still wearing sunglasses.
Kelly's eyes don't work so good.
Yeah, I don't have eyes in the wintertime. they just don't work out. They're just not here. I'm just covering up 2 gigantic holes in my skull. Want to see?
Oh, I'm gonna knock my.
No, I promise I have eyes.
Because I'm laughing too hard.
I have eyes. You can see. You can see
They're
them
in there
in other
somewhere.
videos.
Allegedly.
I just temporarily don't have eyes.
Emma Kelly has no eyes truther from day one. I know there's no eyes under there. Speaking of no eyes,
we're gonna get some of those stringy eyeballs and put them
it's
on.
good that I can actually use that as a transition. But
yeah.
Speaking of no eyes, how do you feel about the no-eyed man showing up in that Van and Ty scene?
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was like such a. I feel like that was the clearest shot that we've ever gotten of him.
Yeah, I feel like we've got so much criticism of not using him enough and not getting enough information about him that now they're just like cramming him into places. Like, not that like I'm always curious to like know more about whatever the hell is going on with that guy. Like, he's so weird and unnerving, but I don't know. I found it strange that they added him in there because they've shown like Issa without it being without using him to show that it's her.
So like, does the man with no eyes have a thing for Van too? Like,
ooh.
Is
the actual guy from the ice cream commercial?
Is Van like unwillingly in a quad relationship with a dude?
Well, maybe, yeah. I can see it.
That's not good. That's not good. No,
that's Issa's ex, and he's stalking her.
Oh God, I'm just waiting for him to sing "Man in the Mirror." Like, I'm just waiting for that moment. I mean, I've been waiting since season 1. It hasn't happened. Hey, 7G, what's up? It's Calissa, for your information. Calissa hat. Oh my God. By the way, we were all laughing about Shauna hat as the ship name. Well, now there's a better ship name that seems to have taken over. And it is Shat.
Shat. That should have been. That's so obvious. Why wasn't it Shat from the beginning?
I know, right? Shauna hat was pretty funny, but
Shauna hat is very funny.
Yeah, but I'm really loving Shat. Shat owns my heart.
I really loved in their like tete-a-tete when they like first meet up in the episode, and Shauna's like, "Are you still in love with me?" And she's like, "No."
Oh wait, Mariana just corrected me. Shat is not Shauna and Nat. Okay, sorry. I told you, like, because I saw people referencing Shat, but with Melissa in there, and so I think that's why I thought it was Shauna and Melissa.
You can't even picture Shauna and Nat getting to a place where they can hook up. So
yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of people on. That's not a ship I've seen a lot of people on board with. I was a big Shauna Thaisa shipper.
Yeah.
In the adult timeline, and then that they kind of never went back to their relationship. They kind of dropped that whole thing. But I was totally shipping them hardcore season 1. Like, I was shipping Ty with Van, and I was shipping Thaisa basically with pretty much all of the women.
Yeah, we didn't know that Van made it for the majority of season 1. Like,
yeah.
Do we really even know she made it to the adult timeline until they announced they were casting her? Like, I feel like there was no news that she was alive in season
Yeah,
1.
because people got really upset about it. That it kind of spoiled that Van had made it. But like anybody really thought that Van was gonna die. I mean,
They kept trying to kill her.
I mean, there was no way that she was not. I mean, yeah, I guess she. Yeah, I mean, I guess she kind of like, sorta, in a way, died. Maybe she said she was in between, but I mean, after surviving all that, there's no way she was not going to make it out of the wilderness. There's just no way. But Taiwan said, figure the man with the no eyes is the personality, the second personality, the man. Yeah, that's I'm still trying to understand that. Like, I don't totally. I can't. I don't know. The man with the no-eyed man makes me just feel kind of stupid. like I'm missing something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
think you are.
I don't understand why that's associated with Thaisa going into this whole other persona
state or whatever. Yeah.
Did she just really like ice cream as a kid, and so she like imagined this guy that
my issue is, why does her grandmother see him too? Why is she also afraid of him?
Well, see, I had a theory, but I don't really think I mean, it was a kind of a passing theory. I didn't really think much of it at the time. That like maybe I don't know. That like maybe maybe that indicated that Ty was possessed by this no-eyed man spirit. And that's why, like, and her grandmother was actually looking at Ty, but was seeing the no-eyed man. I don't know. Yeah. I'm so confused. And how did he know about the symbol trees? Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of interesting to me how, like, some of the biggest mysteries in my head all involve the male figures of this show. Yeah. Except for Jeff. Jeff, like, I really want to, I mean, there was the blackmail thing, but that was almost kind of comedic. Like, I really want something even darker to come out. You know? Like, I don't know. He got a little too drunk at a bar one night and then, like, killed a guy and he was like thinking about Shauna's time in the wilderness and like how he could never relate to everything that she's been through, and so he decided to eat him. Oh my god. That is dark. I don't know if Jeff has it in him. I don't know if he's got that dog in him. Yeah. 7D says, in my opinion, Hillary doesn't look much like Jenna. Yeah, she really doesn't. Were it not for the hat and Shauna calling her Melissa, I would not have guessed Melissa. Even her contacts didn't help because they were still dark. Yeah, you couldn't really tell. She's wearing blue contacts, but like, yeah, you can't really see them. Cara thought they were obvious. I honestly could not tell. Like, I don't know. I saw someone ranting about the fact that they didn't make Jasmine Savoy Brown's eyes green like Tawny Cypress's, and I was like, you have no idea how much money that would cost. Yeah, like every episode, like there's no way you could get a contact that would be convincing. You would have to do it with CG, and yeah, it would cost so much money and not look that good. Yeah, like they talked about that in interviews before. That's why they went with Jasmine's eye color, because it was a lot easier to replicate. Yeah, and for sure. Honestly, the brown contacts look awesome on Tawny. Like, yeah, they do.
They look great on her. I mean, her natural eye color is so beautiful, but those brown eye contacts, like, they're cool.
Yeah. No, they do look really good.
Mhm.
The one that always kills me though is Shauna, because like Sophie Nélisse just looks like a completely different person with the contacts. I mean, just completely different. I mean,
she's
like,
blonde too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It was like the first time I saw Josh McDermott, who played Eugene on The Walking Dead. It was like the first time that I saw him off the show after he'd started playing Eugene. I'm like, his hair color is super blonde? What the hell?
Ooh, I can't picture that.
Yeah, like that's his natural hair color. He's super blonde. Kind of crazy. But yeah, Tawny wears contacts.
I'm gonna click on this Mkara comment. Mkara, go Google a picture of Tawny's natural eye color. She is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Let me try to see if I can find a picture here. Tawny with her natural eye color. Here we go. Oh my God, she looks so different. Yeah, I'll share.
Oh yeah.
I'll share this in a second. I'm gonna actually put it into. I'm actually gonna save it and then put it into the uploads. But I mean, Hilary Swank is a great actress, so it works. But my picks were looks wise, I would definitely, my first thoughts were Misha Barton or Heather Graham. Like, I think she looks a lot like Heather Graham. I could totally see it. There she is. Yeah, she's got really green eyes. Yeah. Yeah, that's her natural eye color. So okay, I have to ask, is there anyone in here that would have been on Team Wilderness instead of Team Rescue? Like, just because you didn't trust these people, or you didn't know. I mean, they had a gun on them.
What?
Nat had a gun on them. Yeah. And there was a large group. I mean, I don't know that there's. I mean, they got the jump on them how many times already? I don't think there's much that they could have done.
There's absolutely no way I would be staying behind.
Yeah, the only reason is because they worry about what would happen when they got back to civilization.
Yeah, that is the only reason.
Yeah.
And even still, worry about it then. Like, I'm not trying to shit out in the woods anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you really want to stay out there? I mean, like,
no way.
Oh, hey Jessica, good to see you. Claim survival insanity for everything. 70 said I'm torn because I love Lottie and Nat equally. I
understand where Lottie's coming from. Like, it's not that I don't get that she's going to go. Lottie, she will disappear. That's true. Like, she's going to be medicated again. But also, she just fucking killed the guy.
Yeah.
I think maybe she needs to be medicated again. Yeah, like, I want good things for Lottie. Like, I don't want her to be institutionalized, but also they need to go home.
Yeah.
They need to go home.
Dude, I'm telling you, if Akilah gets out of the wilderness, she's gonna hunt down Shauna. She's just gonna. I want it. I'm here for it. Yeah, definitely go home. Shauna's been way too aggressive. I would not last 2 seconds in the wilderness with Shauna. Shauna would just like Shauna would just I would probably be first in line in Shauna's mind for like the recipes that she's cooking up in her head. They have the best excuse for everything. Yeah. I get why Lottie didn't want to go though, since her family was so bad. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. I felt so bad for her because like she actually it was the only time in her life that she felt like she had any kind of control over herself or individuality. And that was really sad. Courtney Eaton just fucking killed that monologue.
It was beautiful.
So good. Shauna just doesn't want to lose power. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna put up with her shit for very long.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I cannot be doing poop bucket.
Yeah, I would get killed because everyone would be pissed at me for peeing in the poop bucket in the wintertime. I don't know how Lottie could say it's safe for real, right? Lottie and Ty have valid fears, but not enough to stay in the woods. Yeah, none of them do. There's no reason for it.
I saw someone on Reddit today that was like, if only Ty and Van knew that in 1997 Ellen would come out of the closet and everyone would be fine with gay people. And I was like, that is not what happened on with Ellen. Like, people were really mad. She went into hiding for like 6 years.
Yeah.
I remember there being like slow motion, like like political attack ads about Ellen, and she was like, Ellen DeGeneres is telling your kids about gay people, and like she was like walking out on stage like all in slow motion in black and white, and like,
wow.
Yeah, it was not a good. Like I get Ty being afraid, like especially when she's been out. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. Especially when she's been out of the closet, like comfortably, like being herself for a year plus now at this point. But yeah, that still would not keep me from going home.
Yeah, that's whoo boy. They start calling her Ellen DeGenerate after that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Rough, man. 70 said, if you're asking me as a 17-year-old, I'd probably have stayed for Lottie's and Ty's reasons. Hell no. I would have been like, give me back my bed and get me to college and take me to the body shop.
Them hallucinating the Slurpee, the bedding, and the toilet paper. I was like, those are my top 3 things too. Like, yes. I would have a frozen Coke right now.
Like I would have been in my sleeping bag every night, just getting off to thoughts of being in my bedroom.
For sure.
Seriously. My childhood bedroom was sacred to me. Also, are they forgetting that winter's coming? Yeah. Yeah, that's very scary. But they like that conversation that Van and Ty had about it though.
I know.
Was really great. Like Van's face when she was just like, we ate a kid.
Yeah.
Whew.
That food is not gonna hold out.
Hey Lola, good to see you. Lola thinks Akila could be Barbara.
Interesting.
Wow.
She is intuitive.
That's like kind of that's kind of like my theory about Irving being Mark's
therapist.
Mark's shrink, yeah. That would be kind of amazing though, if that were the case.
Akila is Melissa's therapist.
Yeah. And and then she realizes that Melissa like has decided to blow her own life up, as she accused Shauna of doing. And she's like, crap, well, I fucked this up. And so Akilah has to swoop in and take
I
care of business
definitely
herself.
think that Melissa was doing some projecting there. As nice as
Oh
it
yeah,
is
she
to
is.
like see Shauna getting red a bit, because she's, definitely
Yeah.
plays the like sweet, innocent little thing so much. But I
Yeah.
definitely feel like a lot of that was some projection.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They were both blowing their lives up.
What do you
Big
think
time.
about the cell phone? You think that was a coincidence, or do you think someone did that on purpose?
No, I don't think that was a coincidence. I don't think the breaks were a coincidence.
Mhm.
The only thing that I think they just picked one thing to rule out, and that was the freezer, because it was the easiest.
Yeah.
And because
She's
she could
in
have gotten out.
she lives in Virginia.
Yeah,
It's a long drive to harass somebody.
exactly. Yeah, no, I think Melissa was fucking around with a lot. And I think we're going to find a whole chain of events that are going to lead back to Melissa. And I think that something happened with the 25th reunion, where like people were talking about them in the news, because it was the 25th reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And the 25th anniversary, 25th reunion. People were talking about it in the news, and I think a lot of stuff came up for everybody during that time.
Yeah.
And so crazy shit started happening because they were making it happen, because they were making themselves paranoid. And there's just, yeah, there's a lot of things that I think might have seemed coincidental or completely unrelated or even harmless up to this point, that will eventually find are part of a much bigger, sinister picture.
Interesting. I hope
Um,
that's true.
what's up?
I said I hope that's true.
I do too. Yeah, fantastic writing and acting there. Yeah, the writing in that monologue was fantastic. Courtney Eaton ate that scene. Yeah, I mean that might be my I think that might be the best I'd say I've seen her on the show.
Her and Sophie both were
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
I felt like she was like channeling Juliet so hard in that scene.
She really was.
Yeah. It was if you all lost your fucking minds, like it just sounded exactly like Juliet. It was crazy.
Yeah, there are so many things that so many lines that just where I pricked my ears up, and I was like, "What the fuck was that, Juliet? What the hell?" This season, it's like she's been channeling her more since she left the show.
Yeah.
Jessica said, if I was Nat, I'd call a vote. Like she, Natalie. There was one thing that Natalie said in particular where I totally thought that she sounded so much like Juliet. And it was when they were talking about who was going to kill Ben. And before they did the card draw, and they told Natalie that she should do it because, she's the best shooter, and she said it'll be at close range. Anyone can do it. The way she said that was just like, she sounded so much like Juliet there.
There are a lot of little moments like that.
Yeah.
For
sure.
Damn, she's a good actress. She's going to have an amazing career.
Kaiwan said, I think the thing in the woods is pulling them to be in the woods, and Shauna felt it better than anybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go back on that one though to Shauna, to Shauna and Lottie's exchange in the season 2 finale, which to me just is basically this entire show, where she's like, Shauna said it was just us, and Lottie said, is there a difference?
I really felt like, oh no.
But
we'll talk about it more later. I don't
okay.
know. It's a fuller thought for another time.
Okay.
But yeah. I feel like a lot of season 2 makes more sense. A lot of their reactions to things makes more sense as we get more into Shauna's character and
Yeah.
like how like messed up she gets the longer they're out there.
Yeah. I mean, God, she put that horrifying thought in Jeff's head that he'd never be able to Google himself again. Like that poor baby. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Let's see where it was. Okay, I'm said by a straight person for sure. I'm sorry. What was that referring to? What am I forgetting?
Oh, the everything being better for gay people once Ellen came out of the closet.
Oh, yeah. Said by a straight person for sure. Yeah, definitely. Courtney made the frowny face when she was explaining, and it ruined me. Yeah, no kidding. Like I just
a little face.
I know. I cried, and her facial expressions totally got to me. I teared up watching that. That was just like, I don't know. Obviously she was totally in the wrong. She wasn't right for anything she was saying, but like, how could you just not feel bad for her in that moment? Like, just, God, it was heartbreaking.
She doesn't have it. I mean, like, she doesn't have much to go back to.
Yeah.
She, like, her family's rich and yada yada, but she won't, the her that is there won't be the her person there that's there now, you know?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was 25. I'll take me to Bath and Body Works. I'm a snob because I worked at both Body Shop and Crabtree and Evelyn when I was younger, and I did not know. I actually did not realize until I started working at Crabtree and Evelyn that it's pronounced Evelyn and not Evelyn. But I worked at Body Shop and Crabtree and Evelyn, so Bath and Body Works to me was like subpar.
I loved Bath and Body Works when I was a teen.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I liked Bath and Body Works until I just like got hooked on the stuff from the stores I worked at. And I got a lot of it for free or discounted because like we got to take testers home and, you know, returns and shit like that. Like I would take home gigantic shopping bags full of stuff from Body Shop and Crabtree and Evelyn. It was ridiculous.
Hell yeah. That sounds amazing.
It was that the Crabtree and Evelyn, Crabtree and Evelyn was definitely a lot less corporate and a lot less structured than the Body Shop, but like we could listen to our own music in Crabtree and Evelyn. Like Body Shop, you know, we had the Body Shop CDs that they would make us play, but yeah, it's sad how none of them really miss their family, right?
They don't talk about their families much.
We still know nothing about Shauna.
I'm going with the idea that maybe it's just too painful to think about.
Yeah. We got a glimpse of Ty's parents. It seemed to be a pretty typical, like, happy situation on the surface. We don't even know if she has siblings. We know nothing about Shauna's family.
Never seen Shauna's family.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm hoping that gets fleshed out more next season. I'm hoping Shauna
could be a foster kid for all we know.
Yeah. You know? I'm hoping we get some of the like people back home and like I don't know. I'm assuming that they're gonna get rescued next season.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we get to see maybe a little bit more of that, like behind, like what's been going on elsewhere.
Yeah.
Especially with like the conversation they're having with Hannah and Shauna being so furious that like Hannah didn't know who they were. She didn't know who, if anyone was looking for them, and she kind of like blames her. She's like, well, you guys just left us all for dead. Like Hannah has anything to do with it. She like Hannah's on the search team, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they just don't talk about it that much because it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it probably is. I mean, like the only one that we know of, I think, for sure, other than Travis, that had siblings is Akilah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Akilah is literally the only one that we know of that has a sibling. Which is kind of like Akilah talked about missing her family.
Yeah.
But I really don't remember anything else. But yeah, did Mulder and Scully get together? Great moment. Yeah, that was
Excellent
great.
question.
Like
Van could even go home and watch reruns. Like
yeah.
It's not like someone could have DVR'd it for her because it didn't exist.
Yeah.
And Van's mom's too much of a drunk to be like taping it for her. Ugh.
Right.
She's just gonna miss those episodes for decades.
Oh God, that's heartbreaking.
I know. Poor man.
That would have been me. That would have been me with Friends, probably back then.
Buffy.
Yeah. Buffy. Yeah, Buffy was after I was out of high school, but yeah, I never missed an episode of Buffy. Buffy and Dawson's Creek. But yeah, Jessica said, I really want Akilah to go to med school. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, she did those amazing stitches on Van.
Yeah, seriously.
They came out real good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the story that they told about filming that scene. Like, so basically, they had to come up with a system, like a signaling system between the three of them, between Jasmine and Liv and Kia. So the way it worked was, so Liv had there was like a piece of whatever
silicone face, yeah.
And then Kia was cutting into that, and then there was, the layer of prosthetic skin over it, and then Kia was cutting into that, but she had to like, they had to work it so that like, if Liv started feeling it, like on their actual skin, they'd have to like squeeze Jasmine's hand or something, so Jasmine could like signal to Kia somehow that like, okay, stop, don't go any further. Or he might actually better. So that sounds a little nerve-wracking. If we get any more survivors, it has to be Akilah and or Mari. We're down to one POC survivor. Yeah. It's just I want Akilah.
I don't think we're getting any more survivors. I think Melissa was the last big reveal, but
yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah. Fowl is with me on the no such thing as coincidence. M thinks that the breaks are a coincidence though. I
think the breaks are a coincidence too.
I do not want the breaks to be coincidence, because I need to know why. I will not accept that they just used the same random extra to play different parts in season 2 and season 3. I will not accept that, especially when one of the parts was so memorable.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
I mean, that just seems kind of careless. And especially because we never revisited it, and there was the messiness of him being
on the they know their fandom is hyper vigilant. Like they know that the fans are looking at every single thing. So I feel like you're right. That can't be a coincidence.
No, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. And he was on the phone with his girlfriend when Shauna walked in and was like talking about killing and skinning people. And I don't think he ever hung the phone up.
No, he was on the phone the whole time.
Yeah. And she was like, I'm shaking because of how badly I want to kill you right now. Like, I think that Adam and the chop shop / bartender guy and Walter and Melissa, I think they're all linked together somehow. I can't explain it. And I don't necessarily, and you know, the whole thing is like Shauna's paranoid, everybody's after Shauna. I don't know that that's necessarily untrue. I mean, I think that there are a lot of people with grudges out there.
Yeah.
And that might possibly be part of the reason why we don't know much about their families. You know?
That makes sense.
I wonder if one of the girls does survive but dies later. Like if one of the girls makes it out of the woods and then dies a year later. So, well, Jen, they said that Jen got close with Hannah. But they also said that Hannah doesn't make it out and Hannah dies in the wilderness. But so we know that Jen is going to, we know that Jen either died in the wilderness or she's got rescued and then died afterward or faked her death like Melissa. Maybe they did it together. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. There was an episode where the mechanic confirmed it was normal brake failure. Yeah, but I remember that. But what I'm thinking is that he also said like that it was an old part that just wasn't in the best of shape. And I think their minivan was legitimately in shit shape.
Will you remind people about the extra that's the same? I think we have some new people who missed that when we've talked about
Yes, I will. Okay, thank you for letting me know. So, okay, the bartender. I hadn't rewatched season 2 before we covered season 3 because, like, when we started covering season 3, I hadn't seen season 2 since it aired because of just all the trauma I had associated with covering the show. And the attacks on my channel and everything that I just like, I kind of tuned out of Yellowjackets completely. And so when I started watching season 3, I think it was the first episode, wasn't it? Where Misty went into the bar. She was wearing Nat's leather jacket. She walks into the bar and she sits down and, you know, she keeps ordering shots of whiskey from the bartender. And my first thought was, that guy looks really familiar. But we had seen like multiple scenes in that bar before already. So I figured that like, yeah, I assume that that's the guy who played the bartender before. He, you know, he's probably always playing the bartender every time we see that bar. So I went back but then when she was walking home and Misty and Walter stopped and he told her that the bartender called all of her contacts and nobody picked up until he got to W and saw Walter. I knew immediately that was a bunch of horseshit because there's no way anybody would do that. Like they would look for, you know, mom, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. They would look for the last person you called, like the person that someone you've exchanged a lot of messages with, whoever. They would not just go through your contacts in alphabetical order. And Walter was telling Misty that because like he was manipulating her. And then I was like, okay, well, is the bartender, like, I didn't think that there was anything fishy about the bartender yet at that point, but then I went back and watched season 2. And he was the chop shop guy.
Yep.
When Shauna, he was the chop shop guy that Shauna went in and like held up at gunpoint and threatened to skin and kill. After he was like, he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone about her cat, and she walked in and held a gun to him. And I cannot accept that was just them just giving the same guy some extra work. I mean, that was a pretty memorable scene. And he was not the bartender before either. It was somebody else. Like, we never saw, went back and watched all of the bar scenes in the show, and he was never there before. It was just that one time. So that's
suspicious.
So I think their van was in shit shape. So that could just be a coincidence, but it also could have been like the whatever part it was, that the brake booster, like, it could have been switched out with one that was in worse shape. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Do we ever get an explanation of how President Lot 1 knew where Nat was staying, and 2 was able to see she was ready to eat a bullet? Yeah, we didn't. We really didn't. I mean, unless Travis gave Lottie the number that Nat had called from when she called him, you know?
Yeah.
And Lottie could have tracked that to the hotel. I don't know. I wonder if Sophie T and Juliet are still texting. Yeah.
I hope so.
I know. I hope so too. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, and the Nats got to stick together. Mariana says the adult and teen versions have been converging so deliciously this season, because even in that last shot of the episode, this was the most I saw Melanie look like Sophie. Perhaps it's the blood. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I felt like that too. Yeah. Hey, GZR, 6 a.m. in my time zone. Oh my God, that's early. Well, thank you for joining us.
Here.
That's pretty awesome. I'm glad you could join us. Yeah. Jessica said Shauna's hatred of Nat from the start of season 1 is so clear now. Yeah. Yeah. She has a lot of bitterness there. I think Natalie has a lot of. Natalie's very like kind of in control, and I think she has a lot of qualities that Shauna resents her for having that she doesn't.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah. Sheila said the 3 that want to stay are the 3 with the biggest mental illness issues. But it makes sense though. It really does, because like it's kind of how, like, we always talk about when Dawn and I post our Walking Dead recaps and everything. Like, we always talk about how characters like Daryl and Carol, like, they thrived in the apocalypse because they had shit lives before. And you know, these are, but for Ty, it's weird. It's different because it kind of all happened out there. So and Shauna too. For Shauna too. It's
absolutely.
I mean, Lottie's the only one that things got better for, you know. But I was shocked Misty wasn't one of the first to want to stay, honestly, right? Yeah, it's interesting, like, how she was the one that nobody trusted, and now no one's really looking sideways at her much anymore.
No, I mean, what she's doing is not great, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Kara, can you drop the chat link in the comments? You know what? Actually, I'm so sorry. I would have if I had seen this earlier, but we are gonna have to wrap it up soon. So I'm actually gonna take that down. But hopefully we can get you next week. Wasn't there a sibling? Oh, sorry. Wasn't there a sibling in the kitchen when Ty? Oh, was there? Was there a sibling in the kitchen?
I don't remember.
I'll have to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Jessica said box sets at Blockbuster, right? Yeah. CCR said my headcanon that Belshana and Misty are from normal households. He's crazy from boredom. Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that Misty's parents probably aren't around all that much. Jessica said I'd like to think my mom would have kept taping Dawson's Creek for me. Yeah, me too. Lola said that's probably why she owns an old video store. Oh my god, I love it. She was catching up. Oh, that's amazing. Comment of the night. Yeah, Paul said, dude, Buffy and Charmed. Oh yeah, Charmed. I watch Charmed all the time too.
Xena.
Yeah, I got into Xena a little bit and then just stopped watching it.
I've never seen all of Xena, but I've always enjoyed everything I've watched of Xena. It's just so fun.
Yeah. Kaiwan said he's never seen Dawson's Creek. You're really not missing much. Imagine Aubrey Plaza as Mari. Huh. That'd be interesting. Oh, hey, official. Good to see you. Yeah, that's enough survivors, but let's be honest, there will be at least 2 more. I hope so. God, I need Aquila. Dude, how much would I shit my pants if we saw Aquila in the adult timeline and it was fucking Denai Guerrero? You guys would be hearing me scream from like all over the world. Wherever you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like Kurt from Gilmore Girls. He just has all the jobs. he's the Ryan Seacrest of Whiskey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Let's see here. I like Leah Clearwater as adult Mari. They look so familiar, or they look so similar. Yeah, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Yeah, exactly.
True story.
Hey, Wild Martyrum. Good to see you. Did you check out the credits and why Lauren Ambrose isn't there and replaced with Boots? Yeah, I did not get a chance to do that. I didn't realize that like she was just actually replaced with something like what the hell?
In the opening credits?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is happening?
That's not good.
Like there's so much mess with that show. I don't understand it. I've heard a lot of stuff about that I can't really repeat here. About behind the scenes drama, and it's not good, and it kind of explains a lot, unfortunately.
Sorry, are we having an earthquake?
Are you serious?
Did you feel that? No, maybe it's just my neighbors. Sorry, like the whole floor was shaking for a second, but then they're like over there having a kiki. So
yeah, you said it's your neighbors. Like, oh yeah,
I seriously thought it was an earthquake for a second, but I think it's just my neighbors.
I mean, from what you've said about your neighbors, I'm surprised you don't like have that thought 16 times a day.
It happens pretty regularly.
They should show Melissa's funeral since we know what happened. Yeah, they totally should. Two truths and a lie. Phone was true. Breaks and freezer was not. Yeah. Is that the guy that played the barking before? No, he did not. He did not play the Devil's Calling. Is that? No, he wasn't barking. Wait, what was? No. That wasn't it. I don't. Wait, I'm trying to think. I'm confused now. Sorry. So are they just going to have no funeral for Portalotti? Well, they did say that we would find out in episode 10. What's been the timeline? Because yeah, they should have had a funeral by now, right?
Yeah, she's been dead for at least a couple days.
Yeah.
Are they going to organize anything? Or
I don't know.
I'm sure her dad is the person who has like, you know, like custody of her body and final say over what happens. So maybe it's just moving slowly because he's not all there. But
yeah,
I hope they have a funeral for Lottie. I feel like Nat's funeral was like so glazed over already.
Yeah.
I would like to have a nice funeral for Lottie.
Yeah. We like they didn't even really memorialize her all that well through Misty, but you know, I appreciated like the little that they gave us anyway. New Mari adult nominee, Amy Garcia. Isn't she a little younger though? I think she might be a little younger. How old is Amy Garcia?
I'm not familiar with Amy Garcia, I don't think.
How old is she? I'm not sure. Oh no, she's the right age. For some reason I thought she was younger. I don't know why.
What's Amy Garcia from?
I could see it. She well, I know her from Dexter. But she's been a lot. She was in Lucifer. She played Jamie on Dexter. She was in Lucifer. She was Dexter's nanny. So she was around for quite a while. She was in Lucifer.
Oh, I can see that.
That's
good casting.
Yeah, I could see that. I would love to see her because like her character, I really only know her from Dexter, and her character was like just so sweet and normal, but she was really good at like putting dudes in their places. So I would love to see her playing a little sass queen. Or Alana De La Garza. I'm not familiar with her. Let's see here. It is definitely not better for Lottie when she gets back. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Sorry.
Jessica said me off my meds would just give up in the in zombie apocalypse. Yeah.
I always say that. And if we're in an apocalyptic situation, like give me a handful of barbiturates and let me lay down because I'm not doing it. I can't run. My knees are no good.
I literally can't run. I mean, my ankle has not been a running ankle since I heard it in volleyball when I was like, 13.
Did you watch The Last of Us?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing the Bill and Frank and just having so much pills that wouldn't dissolve in that amount of wine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That episode is so beautiful and so touching, and I like loved it so much. And then he pulls out the baggie of pill powder, and it's like this big, and he dumps like a cup of pills into this wine, and I was like, that's gonna be so gross.
I know.
Fully took me out of the moment.
I know.
I hate when my brain does stuff like that, but I was like, that is gonna be the chalkiest glass of wine.
Oh my god. It's like I remember in Dexter. So for anybody who has ever taken Xanax, like I mean, I've taken it quite a few times. I always have a prescription. I always have some on hand. Fortunately, I no longer need to take it regularly anymore. But I am somebody that can swallow like horse pills. Okay, I can swallow gigantic pills. Xanax, like a one milligram of Xanax, is so tiny, and you cannot swallow it with water. It is the fucking. It can't be done. You cannot swallow Xanax without water because it's so chalky. And in Dexter, someone drugged Deb's water with like a bunch of Xanax. And I was like, how the fuck would that even be drinkable?
Like, you would notice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Xanax is the most disgusting medication.
It's not tasty or like maskable in water.
No. I mean, something that tiny you should be able to like take without water.
Yeah.
No. You can't do it. Misty strikes me as a child from a couple who had their baby maybe too old at age. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Insight, and I totally can see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Old parents, yeah.
I mean, especially if they're both like medical professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they were really concentrating. They're both really focused on their careers before settling down and having kids. What if Aquila is working in the hospital? Oh my god, that would be kind of amazing. Maybe he had a private funeral. Yeah, I could see him like not wanting any of them around.
Any of all his friends around, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I can't wait to see Misty show up at Melissa's house. God, this is terrible. I can't remember anything anymore because she's brown and aging well. Who is this referring to again?
Amy Garcia.
Amy Garcia. Okay. Yeah. No, she has aging very well.
Yari Limon is also a great pick for adult Mari. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm pretty sure Melissa knows so much because Walter is her brother and has kept her informed. I really like the Walter is Melissa's brother. I mean, Walter is Melissa's brother. Yes. Why can I never get that right? Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with that. I think it actually would make a lot of sense.
I feel like he has to have a deeper connection to the story than just wanting to date Misty.
Me too. Same. I see how Shauna could lose everything because she went off the rails last time we saw her, but hope Jeff would stay with her no matter what. And Callie needs to explain why she didn't give Shauna the note. Yeah, definitely. Like Jeff is so ride or die for Shauna. I mean, it would take a lot for sure. But all right, guys, we are gonna wrap it up. But just a little update. I have stopped. I don't know if any of you guys saw our my community post I posted a short video in there yesterday about why I stopped posting my medical fundraiser. I'm going to post it again this week just because it's my birthday. Hopefully I won't get it's not my birthday today. My birthday is next Saturday. It's just 6 days from now. But so I don't know. Hopefully I won't get too much hate. I'm just gonna post it and stay offline. But I'll post a link to it in our community section. Also, if you or anyone else you know would be interested in joining our team, we need help with social media, editing, and we're also looking for content creators to create shorter form content. Whether it's content of up to 3 minutes in length for like YouTube shorts and reels and TikTok and all that. I mean, it could be fan edits. It could be like funny little sketches. It could be just like your quick theory on something. or if you want to do like video essays, even, we're open to it, like on any topic about either any of the shows that we cover, or maybe a show that we don't cover currently. But we also, most importantly, what I'm really excited about, we're looking for content creators who are part of marginalized communities to discuss issues represented in entertainment and fandom in general that they can relate to, and talk about representation and all of that from that perspective. So if you would be interested in that, or if you know anybody who would, please check out our applications that are posted in the community tab. I'll keep refreshing it periodically too, just so it doesn't get lost in there, because I'm going to start using that a lot more. It's kind of a handy place. Lilith says we should cover Grosse Pointe Garden Society. Interesting.
I'll check it out.
One thing I would be interested in entertaining is, we've been talking about, I kind of want to cover the Testaments, but I do not want to start a Handmaid's Tale podcast for the Handmaid's Tale, like, while it's going into its final season. But if anybody is interested in doing content covering the Handmaid's Tale, then get in touch with us. Let us know. I might want to join you for that, because I fucking love that show and I would love to talk about it. But I just don't really, I don't know. I don't want to start it. I don't want to start anything in its final season, even if it is like a prelude to our actual coverage of the Testaments. I don't know. But anyway, get in touch, and I'm really excited and having fun going through some of the applications. It might take us a bit to get back to you, because there's a lot going on, but please just be patient, and we will, I promise. Jazz, anything you want to add?
I think that's everything.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us today, and it really means a lot to us that you're here every week. And it's the highlight of the week for me, for sure. So episode 9 is a big one. We're gonna have a lot to talk about.
The last two are doozies, boy.
Yeah, they really are. Also, we are, turn your notifications on and keep an eye on the community tab, because we are not going to be on at the same, I still have to talk to you about this, Jazz. We are not going to be on at the same time next week. We may be on a little earlier, I'm not sure, but we're going to do another joint after show with Sci-Fi Vision. So I will let you know about the time as soon as we have that, and it'll be a lot of fun. So come on by, and you can hang out for you can celebrate my birthday with me. All right, guys. Enjoy episode 9 this week, or don't. It's gonna be talked about a lot. That's all I'll say.
Or don't.
Enjoy it or don't. You'll enjoy some stuff, you won't enjoy others. I don't know what to say. It's just like,
yeah,
you're going to be talking a lot about, you're going to have a lot of thoughts about it, and so
I have feelings.
yeah. So we're excited to talk to you guys about it. All right, guys, that's it. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace, love, and Yellowjackets.
Buzz, buzz.